Living a meaningful life equates to possessing a high level of well-being, emotional well-being, psychological well-being, social well-being. Traumatizing experience of the past can have a grave impact on one's well-being. One most times feels dissatisfied with life, less accepting of self, and have a negative attitude towards others and society as a whole. However, many refuse to be defined by their past. Instead, use their past experiences, both negative and positive, as a foundation for personal growth and development. They embrace their past as meaningful. I will cover the story of Drummond, aka Mr. Drummond, a model, motivational speaker, and a physical trainer. In part 1 of this interview, Mr. Drummond shares his story of being born with cocaine in his system and wasn't expected to live. He was then entrusted in the foster care system. Despite his tumultuous past, Mr. Drummond embraced it as being meaningful because it influences his aspirations and dreams. Hi, Mr. Drummond. Thank you for joining me today. So tell me a little about your childhood experience.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for bringing me to this wonderful condo in Stanford, Connecticut, and it's a pleasure to be here to be interviewed by you. A little bit about myself is, my biggest thing is that I was adopted.
Okay, you were.
I was adopted at a very young age, at the age of 6.
Oh, you were adopted at the age of 6. And were you with your parents before you were adopted?
No, I was actually told by my older sibling and by my adopted parents that out of the hospital I was born straight into foster care.
Oh, you went straight into foster care?
Yes, I was born straight into foster care due to the fact that my mother was on drugs. So I was actually born with cocaine in my system.
Oh, were you?
Yes, and that's the reason why I was born straight into foster care. So I didn't know anything about my mother.
And you say your mom and your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I had 2 siblings, Brandon and Erica.
Okay, and they were also in the foster care?
Brandon told me he was actually with the family before he went to foster care, and Erica as well. But I think once that happened with my mom and she got busted for her drug abuse and things like that, that's when they got put in foster care. And then when I was born, I joined in the foster care.
Oh, so you were in the same home, same home in foster care, or was it the institution?
Yeah, we was in the same. I think it was institution at first, and then we bounced around from a few homes.
A few homes, okay. And you said you were adopted at age 6.
Yes.
Okay, and what was life like for you, being in an adopted household?
It was rough growing up in an adopted household because it's like there was already kids and other parts of the family that was already there. So when you have a bunch of strangers in their eyes at first, before we became family to them, just coming into someone's home, that's kind of like uncomfortable at first.
Yeah, for sure.
We wasn't the most family-oriented group or a bunch of kids, and my parents did their best to try to keep us together as a family, but it was extremely rough.
You said a bunch of kids. How many children were there in that household?
So my parents actually adopted 6 of us.
Oh, 6 of you.
Yes, but the 2 of them are my blood relations.
Okay.
And there was about their own kids who were a lot older. They had kids.
Oh, okay.
So it was like their grandkids and then like their adopted kids, and then their own kids. A lot of kids.
A lot of children. So you have more children to play with.
Yeah.
So how did you get along with your siblings and your adopted siblings?
We did not get along at all.
No.
No. A lot of bumping heads, a lot of beefing, a lot of fighting. You understand, when you are bringing different kids from different backgrounds, coming from very traumatic experiences in their foster home into one house, a lot of things.
A lot of conflicts.
A lot of conflicts.
Okay.
A lot of pain, a lot of fighting. It was hard. It was rough.
Yeah, and you mentioned traumatic experience. Was this traumatic for you? Do you have any recollection of it being traumatic for you, being adopted, and knowing what your background is, your history is? Was it traumatic, or you felt you knew nothing else?
The things that we went through in these foster homes before being adopted by the Drummonds were traumatic. Like the things that was the reason why we had bounced from a few homes, like due to child abuse.
And you actually experienced child abuse?
Yes, I did.
You want to share that story with me?
My brother, since he was the oldest, he was still a kid. He used to get beat more when I was crying a lot, or just being a baby, which I was. So times that I was crying, she would one of the foster homes, she would like put me under hot water of the bathtub and hold me there until I stopped crying. But then I didn't stop crying. I'm on hot water. Why would I stop crying? So that was one of the ways. Whipping us with wires, cords, hangers, all type of objects, starving us.
Yeah.
We experienced all those things.
Oh, so when this time were you going to school at a time? Did you have these scars while going to school? Were these cases reported?
I was so young, so I don't think I was in school yet.
Oh, okay.
I think we start pre-K in 5?
Yeah.
6, around that age.
Yeah.
So I was still not in school yet. No.
Yeah.
But my brother was, so I don't know how that.
Well, you don't know how that was handled.
I was so young.
Yeah. Okay. And so at the age of 6, you were adopted by your new parents. So you did not know your mother then?
No, I never knew.
You never knew your mother then. Okay, so is there any other traumatic experience that you have had that you'd want to share with me?
What, before being adopted or after being adopted?
During the whole process of before being adopted.
Just mainly there was a lot of just abuse.
Basic abuse.
Yeah, just being hit. The top one was definitely my most traumatic, but being hit a lot, whipped with all types of different objects. Starved, like nights they not even feeding us the way we should be fed as kids. Those was like my most like traumatics before being adopted.
And what is your experience after being adopted?
The experience got things improved in many ways, but in terms of sense of family, it was still a broken situation. And I was molested after I was adopted by an uncle in the family.
By uncle, your adopted uncle?
Yes, I was raped.
You were raped.
Yeah.
Do you want to say more about what happened?
Long story short, this guy was a creep, and like during late night hours, he pretty much was bribing me to give me candy to get oral sex. And I'm young, so I didn't know what I was doing at the time until an older sibling caught it in action, and that led to another thing from him being arrested, kicked out and arrested and everything like that. But I'm young, so at that moment, I didn't know what the hell I was doing until I got older and realized that, oh shoot,
it was wrong.
Yeah.
Right, because you would know at the age of 6, 7 that what was going on was wrong. You were just more for the candy.
Yeah, the candy.
Okay, so what happened? How did that case ended up? You said he got arrested. Was it reported?
Yeah, it was reported.
It was reported?
Yeah, my older sibling, my older sibling Tony, who was my older brother, that's my mom's blood son. He handled him. Like I said, I was so young, so
yeah. You don't know the full details.
Yes,
behind that.
but I just knew he wasn't at the house no more.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Good. Okay, and so you were adopted at age 6. You were there with your siblings plus your adopted siblings and other foster.
No, they just adopted 6 of us, so it was 3 other foster kids. Yeah. 3
other foster kids. And how was school life like for you? Do you want to tell me a little about your school and transitioning into college? Growing up in school, it was. School was school. I can't say school was a bad experience. What the town I grew up in was rough.
A lot of gang violence, a lot of drugs. But like I always had a good head on my shoulders. Like I knew where to focus at. But it was school was like my breakaway.
Oh, it was a breakaway.
Because I was dealing with so much at home. Between siblings and my parents and their rules, obligations, and the things we had to follow. And so school was always my breakaway. Like school was always my sense of family, my sense of a loving, supporting, and healthy environment. And I'm not trying to say that like my adoptive parents were bad parents, but I look forward to going to school because it was always so much nonsense going on at home.
Yeah.
So much fighting, arguments, pain. Yeah. So school, I love school. That was my breakaway. I grew very close with my teachers. My teachers were like second mothers and fathers to me growing up, and like my friends, like I was always like friends was always more considered more family to me than my own family growing up.
Did you get therapy at any time for what you've gone through, the trauma you've gone through?
No, I never. Surprisingly, it didn't like lead to bad behavior or me trying to do it to somebody else or like me trying to kill, like
Oh, so you didn't go to that extreme?
No, like I think I just got exposed to so much at such a young age. I don't know how, but like surprisingly, I guess I learned how to move past it and deal with it. But like it never like led to me doing bad things or making bad decisions.
And which college did you go to? I see you moved on to college.
I went to SUNY Westbury in Long Island. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. And what did you do at college?
I went to college. I graduated majored with a medium communications degree, and college life was definitely an up and down.
It was a challenge. Definitely
was a challenge, and again, like my challenges all come back to just like my home issues. I wasn't a college kid that mainly focuses on grades. I was focusing on working one job, two jobs, or coming home and trying to make sure mom and dad's okay, or mom and dad has enough help this week, or mom and dad they're sick so they need this, or this sibling's finding that sibling, or like I didn't have the luxury of having family or parents moving my stuff in and out each semester, or if I had no money in my pocket, I can call mom and dad to transfer money in my bank account. I was doing adult things at a college level, so my main focus is always what I wanted to do with my life and like moving forward and just being successful. Like I didn't really enjoy majority of my college years like the average most college kids.
Yeah, because you had to work and go to college at the same time.
Yeah, so my priorities was really straight. I just saw like bigger things and bigger visions just due to like what I was exposed to and how responsible I had to be at a young age.
And when did you graduate from college?
December 2015.
Oh, 2015. And what was life like for you after college? What have you been doing?
Life, it's been rough. I always knew what I wanted to do, but never knew the steps or the things I needed to get to take to get there. And it was hard to try to find a job in my field because due to lack of experience, and like I didn't do internships while I was at school. So just working regular jobs like Applebee's and little jobs like that. So life took a turn at the end of 2016 when my parents moved to Connecticut. And now that's when I was put in a position that I had to take care of myself and live on my own. So I was homeless for a little bit, and eventually I found a place to live at, and I did what I do best and hustled and worked hard and picked up 3 more jobs, and I was working 4 jobs. But then while working 4 jobs, I was slaving. I just did not enjoy what I was doing, and I was not putting no time in my own dreams. And eventually the goal was to try to find a job that would take care of my bills and still allow me to take care of my own dreams. And that's when a friend suggested me becoming a teacher, but I didn't go to school for education, or I wasn't certified, so I found charter school, and that's when I got the job at charter school. And then that went south.
That came to an end. So what is your aspiration? What are your goals? What you aspiring to do?
My aspiring to do is pretty much find my purpose, and I feel my purpose are things that I'm naturally just good at, like not things that I don't have to try in order to be good at.
Right.
And I just want to like spread my story and use it to inspire people. This is not for fame. It's not for fortune. It's not to be for self-pity. Like I want to use my experience to just show people that you can come from all different walks of life or aspects of your life and be whatever you want to be in this world. So like that's my biggest vision, is to use my talents to make people smile, to inspire people, to motivate people, to help people chase their dreams and to just impact lives.